Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Wyman, and this is, again, Microeconomics. We're on to Chapter 6, and Chapter 6 is Consumer Choice Theory. And today, we're just going to go over some problems. So how you calculate information or analyze information and calculate it to get the answers that you're looking for. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do 3 problems today. This is the first problem, and this is in your textbook. It's one of the, let's see, I have it right here. It's in the sample quiz. It's Exhibit 4, Marginal Utility for Data for Clothes and Amusements. So what we're trying to find out is what combination, everybody has limited resources. And in this case, we're going to be talking about limited money, right? So everybody has limited funds. So what we're going to try to find out is how can we maximize the use of those funds and get the things that we want and need. So the first thing is marginal utility for data for clothes and amusements, and we have the information here. But let me just go back for a second. I want to just tell you, utility just means how useful is something to you, right? So you decide that yourself. For example, if you live in town and you can walk everywhere or ride your bike or whatever, the utility of a vehicle to you is maybe a 3. But if you live out in a very rural part of the city or town and you have to take your car everywhere, the utility of that car for you is probably a 10, because you need a car for everything that you do. So utility is personalized, right? You decide how much utility something means. So marginal utility, marginal just means like one more step in utility. So we call it utils. In economics, they call it utils. So a util, which is abbreviation for utility, is just one more increment. So an example that I have is, say you were out hiking and you got lost and you ran out of water, and you're hiking around and you're trying to find your way back, and finally after like 6 hours with no water, you finally find your way home. And the first thing you do when you get into the house is go to the refrigerator and pull out your water bottle, and you just drink that water. So the next thing, you down one bottle. The second bottle you take out, you drink that. The third one, you drink that. With every bottle you're drinking, because you've satisfied your urgent needs and your moderate needs, with every bottle after the first has less utility to it than the first one. So you can look at it that way too. So if you're, completely, dehydrated, that water is very important to you. But the more water you have at the same time, the less you're going to want that water, right? So hopefully that makes some sense to you. So the utility can go up and it can go down. So, just like money, like the utility of money, we never seem to have enough money, right? So with every dollar, that util goes up and up and up, and we keep wanting to have more of that because that utility leads to something else that we want. So anyway, what we're trying to figure out today is the best way to use our dollars to get our needs met and make sure that we're using our dollars most efficiently. So let's look at this marginal utility for data for clothes and amusements. You've probably looked at this all over while I was chatting there. But, okay, so we're just talking about units here, and then we have clothes, we have 15 something of clothes, 13, 10, 8, 6, and for amusements, we have 20, 18, 13, 10, and 12 and 10. So the way that we're going to figure this out is the first thing that we need to know is clothes and amusements are priced at $10 each. So we're going to divide each unit by 10, and you can see that I did this here. So we had 15 units of clothes divided by 10 is 1.5, 13 units of clothes divided by 10 is 1.3, and on down, right? 10 divided by 10 is 1, 8 divided by 10 is 0.8, and 6 divided by 10 is 0.6. And the same thing with amusements. You can see I did the same thing here. So 20 divided by 10, right down. So if you had a budget of $50, which combinations, which I misspelled that, which combinations of goods would you buy to maximize utility? So with $50 to maximize utility, you would buy 2 units of clothes and 3 units of amusements. Why would I say that? Because if you look down here where I've highlighted it, when you do the calculations, you have 2 units of clothes. The calculation comes out to 1.3. And for the amusements, 3 units of amusements is 1.3. So you would buy 2 units of clothes and 3 units of amusements. And if you add that up, it equals $50. So let me just read this, because when 2 units of clothes is divided by 10, it equals 1.3. And when 3 units of amusements is divided by 10, it equals 1.3. So that would equal a total of 5 units, right? You have 2 units of clothes and 3 units of amusements, which is 5 at the price of $10 equals 50. So hopefully that makes sense. And of course, you can come back to this video and watch this or look at this example. Okay, so let's go to another example that we're going to